Hi everyone, it's Eric Trade for Q Trading Theory, and in this video I'm going to talk about Crypto.com, the last news, why Crypto.com is growing so rapidly, why the price of CRO is going up so quickly, and what I think the price of CRO or CRO, the Crypto.com token, could be aiming for in the next weeks, months, and years. So here on CoinMarketCap, we see that the price is $0.57 per CRO. And let's take a look at the charts. And here we see that the price went parabolic within the last weeks. So we see that it started at the end of October, and now we are 3 weeks later. And it basically did a 3x. From 21 cents to 60 cents. We saw 60 cents in the past few days. So I think Crypto.com is doing great products. And in this video, I'm not talking about the products. I'm going to talk about the marketing strategies that Crypto.com has been revealing for the last few weeks or few months even. So first of all, maybe some of you remembered that Crypto.com was previously named Monaco. And in 2018, they bought a domain, the Crypto.com domain, which is also their brand, their name. They reportedly acquired it for $12 million. So I think it's a really good decision, because when you have a brand, which is also a domain name, people will immediately go to the website. They will know exactly what's the exact URL, and we'll be able to see you online, basically. There is no confusion possible. It's obvious. And of course, crypto is, in my opinion, better than Bitcoin, for example, Bitcoin.com. I'm just talking about the name, right? So Bitcoin is just one cryptocurrency, but crypto is like everything related to cryptos, and maybe not only to cryptocurrencies, but crypto gaming, crypto art, like NFTs, and everything related to payment as well. So crypto is related to cryptographic things. Sure, it's cryptocurrency for now, but in my opinion, it's everything related to digital currencies, digital assets, and so on. So here we have an article of CNBC with this that Formula One strikes a 100 million cryptocurrency sponsorship. And guess who is the sponsor of Formula One? Of course, it's Crypto.com. So I will take a look at this article. So we see that Crypto.com will get brand presence around F1 events, including the new sprint format that will be used in some races to determine the starting position of the cars. Crypto.com will also receive trackside slots at F1 races for the remainder of the season. F1 Director of Commercial Partnerships Ben Pincus said in a statement the racing organization could use expertise from Crypto.com as we explore the world of cryptocurrency, an area we are very interested in. And here's a comment of Chris Marzalek, the CEO of Crypto.com. We look forward for many years of innovation together. We are also excited to partner with F1 in the development of exclusive NFTs, connecting fans to the sport in new and innovative ways. And I think it's also, like I said before, going to be really relevant, not only with trading of cryptocurrencies, but like real world application through NFTs and connecting sports and fans through these kind of assets and collectibles. So let's take a look at some pictures. Here, F1, you see already some huge Crypto.com banners on the tracks. Or here as well. Here they do have a truck, huge truck, Crypto.com in blue, of course. Or here, from a bird eye perspective, from the sky, Crypto.com on the grass here. So really huge investment. Of course, it's really expensive, but Crypto.com is using the money they have to do these kind of things. So they also have another partnership with Aston Martin. So Aston Martin is going back into F1 since June. They are returning to F1 competition, And for this return, they do have a partnership with Crypto.com. So we work closely with Aston Martin Racing on content creation, strategy, and bringing to our customers uncontroversially valuable content. People were able to buy as collectibles the first videos of moments of Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll driving the new car. Califovitz continued. Our customers will get special access to Aston Martin and F1 in general. Will those be extended from the NFTs directly? Those are the things that are still under discussion, but the whole industry is still experimenting, figuring out what works for different properties. So like I said before, it's really new, so they are testing the market, testing how people react to new products, but really interesting, and of course they have to do that. So here's a Crypto.com NFT category, and we see that one of the first released NFTs were from the partnership with Aston Martin. So they have been selling more than $2 million worth of NFTs. You can click here and see the few NFTs that have been sold to commemorate this collaboration. So you have some videos, you have some photos. Here's a Aston Martin Racing 21 unveiling video. Another really important partnership is with the UFC. They also did it this summer. So they signed a 175 million UFC deal, which is the largest sponsorship deal ever with the UFC. And the deal will last for 10 years, with Crypto.com becoming the UFC's first global fight kit partner, with a branding featuring on all UFC's athletes' uniforms. On the deal, UFC Chief Operating Officer Lawrence Epstein said, "If we had talked a couple of years ago, crypto might not have been on the radar, but it's sort of a sign of the times. It's new, but it's moving quickly, and it's very dynamic. In general, the Crypto.com consumer is younger, and based upon the data that we have seen, that consumers also has a fair amount of discretionary income. It's an attractive group to try to get interested in your product," he said. So of course, people who like sport and competition also are interested in cryptocurrencies, because there is some part of risk implied. So F1 is a really risky sport, it's really dangerous. MMA is also kind of dangerous, and people who like taking risk are also the ones who are not going to invest in some fixed income products or some really conservative assets, or not investing at all, but are people who want to take a bit more risk than the majority and are ready to invest in cryptocurrencies. So here's the official website of PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, which is a French football club. And we see that Crypto.com becomes the PSG official cryptocurrency platform. So it's also quite relevant because it's a very well-known football club in France, of course, but also within Europe and the world in general. Here we have an article on CoinDesk about the Crypto.com new advertising campaign, which is reportedly worth $100 million. And this one star actors Matt Damon, and the word is "Fortune favors the brave." So now we are back with this kind of quote, which is a really ancient quote from the Romans. So it directly addresses people who are willing to take some risk in life. A spokesperson for the company told CoinDesk the exchange has invested $100 million in the campaign, which encompasses more than 20 countries and will run for several months. Exactly, you can watch the video on YouTube. It's really a good advertising, really inspiring. So next we have the biggest news. This is an article from Bloomberg. LA's iconic Staples Center to be renamed as Crypto.com Arena. So really huge news in Los Angeles. This arena will be renamed Crypto.com Arena. This is a $700 million worth deal over the span of 20 years. So it's about $35 million per year. Crypto.com has aggressively pursued sponsorship in the sports world, backing teams and leagues across basketball, hockey, soccer, mixed martial arts, and esports. The deals mirror a rising awareness around cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology and a desire by the leading brands to get themselves in front of a young, affluent audience that gravitates toward watching sports and playing video games. We'll take a look at the article from crypto.com because over there we have some more details. So this is the article from the blog from crypto.com directly. As the exclusive naming rights partner, crypto.com will engage millions of sports and entertainment fans and each year through premium branded areas of the arena, including a 3,300 square feet activation space in the building entrance, as well as dedicated activation areas on the main concourse of the arena and throughout the LA Live campus. Additionally, the new relationship will see crypto.com featured prominently across the venue, with large-scale premium branding and signage throughout the interior and exterior of the facility. So 3,300 square feet is around a little bit above 300 square meters. So imagine something like Apple Store. So the visitors of the arena will get to know cryptocurrency and probably open an account, get to know how to use a card, how to do payments with cryptocurrency, how to collect NFTs, how to buy NFTs, how to receive probably maybe a free NFT after a concert, after a sports event, after everything that will be happening in the crypto.com arena. So the crypto.com arena welcomes, I don't remember where I saw that, but it welcomes 4 million people a year, and it has 20,000 seats. And if I remember well, it has about 250 different events per year, so almost one every day. So of course it follows the announcement in June from FTX that the stadium or the arena of Miami has been renamed as FTX Arena. I spoke a lot about Miami and how I think it could be the future capital of cryptocurrency in the US in my previous Miss Frey video, so you can take a look on the channel. I will here is a link on the top right of the video. And this deal for FTX is 90-year deal and is worth 135 million. So it's shorter and way smaller than the one crypto.com did. I wanted to sum up how much crypto.com has been invested in marketing and branding over the last few months, basically over the course of this year, 2021. And looking for a picture of Aston Martin and crypto.com, I found this tweet from Front Office Sports. So PSG is $30 million worth deal over 3 years. UFC is 175, F1 100 million. 76ers is I think basketball club from LA. 6 years, Montréal Canadien. Aston Martin Series A. There is also an Italian football club, so a lot of different sponsorship, especially in sports. So the sum of this whole investment with this huge $700 million deal is about over $1 billion. So I think it's $1 billion and 115 million, if I recall. So why is crypto.com doing so much advertising? It's because people have to trust the brand, and first they have to get to know it. If nobody hears about crypto.com, nobody is going to go to the platform, even though crypto.com products are really great. The Visa card is really, really great. And everything crypto.com is doing is working well. It's a well-rounded product. It's for beginners as well as for professional traders. It has a vast range of different products and options. But of course, if nobody knows you, nobody is going to use your product. So marketing is really important. And this is why crypto.com is doing so much sponsorship and so much advertising, of course. So now that we saw that, I'm going to make some dubious speculation or to try to do some price projection. So because history repeats itself, I'm looking at what happened in the past, in this case with internet or different new technologies, to try to have an idea of how it could repeat again with cryptocurrency and adoption. So over the last 2 years, cryptocurrency users have grown exponentially, working its ways to mainstream adoption. As with all technology, there is an adoption curve to see where we are in terms of adoption, also commonly known as the S-curve. As we get increasingly connected, the technology adoption S-curve gets steeper and steeper, and people embrace new technology faster and easier. Here's a look at major technological adoption curve. So here you see the percent penetration in the US, and here's the years since product invented. So how much people in the US adopted the technology and how long it took. So for the automobile, you have around over 100 years for automobile to be adopted by 80% of the US population, right? If you take the telephone, you have 120 years and almost everybody has it. I guess it's between 90 and 100%. If you take newer technologies, like for example television, it lasted for 20 years, so basically nothing happened for 20 years, and then within 10 years, basically 20 and 30 years after television was invented, there has been a huge adoption. Within 10 years, you saw from basically 0% to also 95, I guess, something like 90. For the PC, you had a phase for maybe 7 years, and then within 10 years, almost 40% of the population had it. Mobile phone, it's even steeper. Internet, it's steeper. So we have the right to think that for cryptocurrencies, it will be even steeper at that, or in the worst case scenario, maybe between the internet and the mobile phone. So as far as adoption is concerned, Bitcoin had approximately the same number of users as the internet in 1997. What is different, however, is that Bitcoin's adoption rate is much higher as compared to the internet. It is projected that in the next 4 years, Bitcoin will have around 1 billion users. Like, imagine how quickly things are happening. If you take a look at the internet, it went from 130 million users in 1997 to 1 billion users in 2005. So it took 7.5 years. If we take the Bitcoin adoption curve, we see that within 4 years, so 2021 to 2025, 1 billion people could have adopted Bitcoin. I don't know if it's going to be Bitcoin, but to me it sounds like a quite realistic approach about how people will actually adopt cryptocurrencies in general. Maybe not Bitcoin, maybe it will be another cryptocurrency or other cryptocurrencies. So again, this is sort of both curve, but put on top of each others. So there in white you have the total global intent users in millions, 1992, 2006. And here total cryptocurrency users in millions. With crypto users growing at around 80% a year, this makes it the fastest rate of technological adoption in human history. Pretty crazy, right? So here we see how common crypto is. So interestingly, the countries that are using cryptocurrencies are not the most developed countries in the world. And this is 2020. So Nigeria is using a lot of cryptocurrencies, Vietnam, Philippines, Turkey. There is a big inflation in Turkey, so they're really interested in cryptocurrencies because they need it. For the most developed countries of the world, we see that there is a huge potential because few people are using cryptocurrencies, and it's where most of the capital is. So when these countries are going to adopt cryptocurrencies, of course the amount of money which is going to be injected into this whole cryptocurrencies will be huge. So now let's take a look at crypto.com and their metrics or data. So we have an article from February 24th of this year. Crypto.com crosses 10 million users milestone. User base doubled in the last 4 months. Revenue grew 10x in 2020. I actually couldn't find any other metrics about Crypto.com users base. The previous article was when Crypto.com surpassed 5 million users, and it was in mid of October 2020, 4 months before. So I decided to take a look at Crypto.com Twitter followers growth. So here we are on Social Blade. So we can see that Crypto.com currently had over 1.2 million followers. Let's take a look on the monthly view. There you are. So it went from, so this is December 2017. Crypto.com had 32,000 followers. And last month in October 2021, Crypto.com had 966,000 followers. So it's an increase of more than 300,000 followers for this month of November, which is not even over. So another really interesting interview, which is 6 minutes long from CNN. It's an interview of CEO of Crypto.com, Chris Marszalek, and he gave some metrics because CNN is all about business, of course. So a year ago, the revenue of Crypto.com was equivalent of 2 or 3% of Coinbase, which is number one in the US at least. And now they have per quarter 25% of Coinbase revenue, so it's about 500 millions in Q2 2021. And regarding the number of users of cryptocurrencies around the world, it was at the beginning of the year 100 million users. Now there is 300 million users, so it tripled since the beginning of the year. Chris Marzelek said, "We think it's going to hit 1 billion users globally next year." Then the anchor woman asked Chris Marzelek how was the correlation between the platform usage and the market. So when Bitcoin goes up, Crypto.com goes up. When Bitcoin goes down, Crypto.com usage goes down. But with payment and gaming over the long term, Chris Marzelek said that we will see less of this correlation. So I will put the link in the description, like every other links. There was a funny moment in this interview because Chris Marzelek said that Crypto.com revenue has grown 20x, so it's 1,900% this year alone. But the anchor woman understands 20% and is still astonished. So it shows a real discrepancy between what traditional mainstream medias are used to hear about business and their growth, and how fast actually the whole crypto sphere is evolving. So if you take a look at the different centralized exchange, we have Binance, Coinbase Exchange, FTX, Kraken, FTX US, KuCoin, UB Global, Bitfinex, and Crypto.com Exchange. So now we saw that in terms of marketing, Crypto.com in this same category as FTX with their own stadium. So we can expect that Crypto.com is going to jump into this ranking to be maybe in the top 3 or top 4 or top 5 of the biggest exchange. So I did an Excel sheet to sum up the data that we have from now. So mid of October, Crypto.com had approximately 250,000 followers on Twitter. Officially, they said they had 5 million users, and the price was, at that time, the price was 13 cents, almost 14 cents. 24th of February, they announced that they had 10 million users, and the number of Twitter followers for the month of February was 312. So this is a multiple of 1.26 between this and that. And here the multiple is 2, right? And the price was 16 cents, so it's a multiple of 1.15. At that moment, actually it's the beginning of January, but at that moment there was an estimated 100 million users of cryptocurrency worldwide. So it makes the market share of Crypto.com about 10%. And then when I'm doing this video, the number of followers in Twitter is 1,223,000. So it's a multiple from this to this of almost 4x. So if we take this multiple and put it here, we can multiply this by this, and we have around 40 million of users for Crypto.com. Everything you see in orange is a projection, right? This is number that I do not know. I'm just trying to find some metrics and to do some projection, so we can guesstimate the number of users being 40 million, and the price is 56 cents. So it's a multiple of between this and this is a multiple of 3.56. Meanwhile, the number of crypto holders tripled to be 300 million. So we can estimate that the Crypto.com market share is 13%. So now if we try to project to the future, if we start saying that in 2022, the global crypto holders is 1 billion, then it's a multiple of 3.33. If we consider that Crypto.com still has the same market share, which we can estimate to be 13%, then the number of Crypto.com users is going to be 130 million. And if we take this multiple and applied it here, we can see the price more than triple. So it could be $1.89. Now let's say that Crypto.com has a market share of 25% because they do a lot of marketing and advertising, and they actually go over other competitors like I don't know, over Bitfinex, over Yobi, over KuCoin, over Kraken maybe. So let's say they have 250 million of users. We could estimate that the price could be over $3.50. And if the number of crypto holders globally hits 2 billion people and with the same market share of 25%, the price could be $7.3. So I have no idea where the price is going, and it's of course not a financial advice. You have to do your own research, but those are my research. This is what I think, or I try to project what could happen, especially if this bull market is lasting. And I believe in the lengthening of the cycles in cryptocurrency. So last time we had a shorter bull market. This time we will probably have a longer bull market, which could last till the end of 2022, or at least mid of 2022. Of course, the returns are also diminishing. And of course, this is why I think CRO is not doing 10x within a few months, but within a few years, I think it's possible. Probably not this bull market, but the next one, it's not impossible. Tell me in the comments what you think the price of CRO is going to be in the next months or years. And if you like this content, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe, and to join us on Discord. I will probably also do a video on DeFi on Chronos, the smart chain of Crypto.com, which launched a few days ago. See you soon. Bye.